All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to tackle a concept that's become a huge battleground in our digital lives: privacy. What does it actually mean, and why is it suddenly more important than ever to protect it? So let's start with this really powerful thought from digital privacy expert Yanik Schrade. What he's saying here is that this whole conversation, it's not just about hiding your secrets. It's about something way, way bigger. It's about the very idea of freedom itself.
But, what does freedom even mean when so much of what we do happens online? To really get that, we have to figure out what we're actually trying to protect. And it goes so much deeper than just our data.
According to Schrade, we've got to completely reframe this whole debate. You hear it all the time, right? I've got nothing to hide, so why should I care? Well, that argument completely misses the point. This isn't about hiding something, it's about protecting something fundamental to being human. Yeah, think of it like this. Privacy is basically a shield for your own individuality. It's your right to have an inner life, your own thoughts, your own identity, that can't just be measured and manipulated and controlled by outside forces. And here's the key insight. This isn't some new fight that just popped up with the internet. Throughout history, there have always been forces trying to turn people into objects. All that's changed is the battleground. Now it's online. And privacy? That's our main line of defense.
Okay, but here's where things get really, really cool. It turns out the universe itself has handed us the ultimate tool for this fight. And it's not some fancy new piece of software. It's a principle that's baked right into the laws of physics.
Schrade talks about this fundamental asymmetry in the universe. Essentially, there are mathematical problems that are super easy to do in one direction, but practically impossible to reverse engineer unless you have a specific key. It's like mixing two colors of paint. You can do it in a second, but just try to unmix them. It's basically impossible. And the power of this is just staggering. Get this, a secret you could create on your laptop in milliseconds would take a hypothetical computer the size of a continent longer than the age of the universe to crack. And that is not an exaggeration, that's just math. So that right there, that's the magic behind encryption. It takes this basic property of the universe and uses it to move our information into a protected space where just trying to guess your way in, brute force, is totally useless. It's a lock that's guaranteed by physics itself. But if encryption is that powerful, if it's almost a law of nature, then why does it feel like our privacy is more under threat than ever before? Well, the answer is we're fighting a war on two fronts. Schrade points to two huge forces working to chip away at this right. On one side, you've got surveillance capitalism, which is all about profit. And on the other, you've got government surveillance, which is all about control. For both of them, your privacy is just an obstacle. The corporate playbook is pretty sneaky, but simple. First, offer these amazing services for free. But you know the saying, if you're not paying, you are the product. They hoover up insane amounts of your data, build a digital model of you, predict your every move, and then sell the ability to influence your behavior to the highest bidder. They literally turn your free will into their profit margin. Then you have the government side, and their strategy has changed from tactical surveillance, targeting a specific suspect, to strategic surveillance. That means collect everything from everyone all the time, just in case it's useful later. And there's a pretty chilling example of just how far this can go. This timeline really lays it out. In the early 2000s, the NSA created and promoted a new encryption standard. They knew it had a flaw. They deliberately built in a secret backdoor just for them. And this weakened security for everyone, from banks to regular people, all while they claimed it was making us safer. And it gets worse. Leaked documents showed that the NSA actually paid a major security company $10 million to make this compromise standard the default in their products. They actively paid money to make everyone less secure. So, we understand the stakes. We understand the threats. The big question now is, how do we fight back? How do we use this incredible gift from the universe to really secure our digital freedom? So, we know the math behind tools like Signal is basically unbreakable. Where's the vulnerability then? Well, the weak link isn't the encryption. It's the powerful little supercomputer that every single one of us carries in our pocket. See, a message is secure while it's traveling across the internet. The problem is the endpoint, your phone. If an attacker can get into your device, they don't have to break the encryption at all. They can just read the message after your phone has already unlocked it for you. But what if we never had to decrypt our data at all? This is the next frontier, what Schrade calls the holy grail of cryptography, being able to do calculations on data while it stays completely locked up and encrypted. Imagine this for a second. Your sensitive medical data could be used in a huge research study to help cure a disease. With this tech, your personal information would never be revealed to anyone, not the researchers, not the company, nobody. All they would ever see is the final, combined result of the study. And this brings us to a super important point. For privacy to actually win, it can't just be an ethical argument. It has to power technology that is just plain better, faster, more powerful, more capable than the insecure stuff. The way forward is through innovation. And what's incredible is that this isn't only about privacy. This new wave of crypto also gives us something called verifiability. That means you can get a mathematical proof that a calculation was done correctly, with no errors or manipulation. We could build systems that are not just private, but are fundamentally more trustworthy. So we're at this massive crossroads. The same technology that could push us toward a future of total surveillance and control could also empower a whole new era of individual freedom and privacy. The tools are right here. The laws of physics are on our side. The choice of which path we take and which future we build, well, that's ultimately up to us.